Milton Martinez, the crazy fucking Argentinian bastard.
So once again, we got in the van with Rhino and the whole indie crew, and we were going to skate in LA. I had this wall ride in mind that I wanted to do. I've seen this spot a bunch of times, and I always noticed this blue wall on the side of the big set of stairs, and I always thought it was possible to wall ride it. I remember asking Lenny, I was like, hey, what's up with that thing? He said it wasn't doable. And that's when I was like, oh shit, now I wanna fucking try it. You know, that I think the only way to know if it's something is possible or not is trying it. Obviously, go there and see the spot, you're like, okay, maybe I can do this. So that was one of the spots that we were gonna go that day to check it out.
We got an early start, you know, to drive 2 hours up to LA, and decided to warm up at Stoner Park. Yeah, it was during pandemic, so the skate park was closed, like it was locked. But like right next to the skate park, the tennis courts were open. There's people playing tennis. It's like, why is the skate park shut? So we ended up hopping the fence. We're in there probably like half hour, 45 minutes.
And we skated, had a good session at the skate park with all the homies. When we were leaving, the cops show up to the skate park to kick us out.
We're getting in the van and they were kind of looking at us, and they walked up to the gate. We got out of there without getting hassled by the cops. You know, I was pulling away. I think I honked the horn at them. Later. And then we just drove, I think it's like a half mile up to Uni.
Go to the school, freaking 20-foot high fence. I gotta climb this thing.
It's kind of got a tricky fence. The fence is really tall and it's not like your standard chain link fence.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, I'm kind of missing an important limb. I get freaking stuck on top of the fence.
It's not easy, probably climbing it with one arm, and he was just struggling to fucking get over the fence. Just pretty much for me to escape this fucking spot. He didn't have to go in, you know, but he's like part of the fucking crew.
Finally make it inside the school about 15 minutes later, after everyone's yelling at me like, come on, you got it, dude, you got it.
He pulled it. Lefty's got skills, dude. Once we got in, got my camera stuff, Milton's like, I don't think it's possible. I looked at it, it's pretty far set back. It's definitely like you gotta go fast at it. We had such a big crew, everyone was just kind of like, Milton, you got this shit. I don't know if you felt the pressure of all those people and didn't want to like back out, or was just like, fuck it. I'll try one and see what happens at least, you know what I mean? So he ollied over one, got onto a wall ride, and like kind of got to where you could almost pop out, and I think that's what made him feel comfortable about being able to do it.
Once I tried it, it was actually way gnarlier than I thought it was gonna be, because it was a lot of impact on the way out. So the couple tries that I tried, and I was like popping out, and I was landing on my board, I was literally like, I was exploding pretty much. Where you land, it's like a hallway, so it's not that wide. So I felt that I was gonna go straight to the wall, so I needed to figure out like a couple things to roll away from it. The gap where I popped to the wall, it was actually bigger than it looked like when I see on the videos people skating the red or whatever. But yeah, no, I was just trying to land on the wall like on a good height, not too low, not too high, to like get off right. And I remember that I needed to go pretty fast to like get on the wall and just get in and get out.
I definitely thought that he was gonna do it. I didn't think he wasn't gonna do it. But yeah, I was hoping to at least see one good slam. He didn't really take any slams. And yeah, he did it in about 6 or 7 tries. It was gnarly, yeah. I wasn't too impressed. Like, I knew he was gonna do it, but yeah, it was sick. And then I had to jump back out of the goddamn school, dude. Great, dude, great. And then we went to some other spot. This is actually the day I met Matthias, old Chi-Chi's dumbass, all baked out of his mind. Oh, sucker, I got to skate this spot. Roller banger. He did bang out that nollie 50-50 though, pretty easy. I think that the nollie 50-50 was better than the wall ride. In my personal opinion, you know. No offense, Milton, no offense. I know this is your channel, but go cheat.
But I remember Henry was grinding it. Toby did a back Smith. Alex Wilms just stepped up and did nollie back lip. And that was pretty insane, dude. Didn't get kicked out, had a sick ass session on that rail. And then from there we went and checked out a couple other things, you know, because everyone wanted to keep the fire going. Went to a couple spots in front of apartments. There was cars in the landing, so like that didn't work out. Drove around, you know, looked at a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, let's take Milton to Baxter. Nuge had a sick photo in Thrasher, bombing that hill. Milton's never been there. We didn't even tell him where we're going. I think our van, we parked down the bottom of the hill. Creature van parked up top. Peter Raffin grabbed old skateboard deck out of the van, and they're trying to like surf the deck, see how far down the hill they could go. They were getting almost like halfway and then slamming. I remember Milton got out of the van because I think he was sleeping in the back of the van. He didn't have any shoes on. What are we doing here? And looked and we're like, Baxter, dude. And he's just like, went back into the van. Yeah, he's over it, you know what I mean? Like he got his trick.
I don't know if I was taking a nap or I don't know what I was doing, but I got off the van and we were literally on top of Baxter Street. And I was like, oh fuck, I know, why are we here? Rhino wanted me to bomb this shit. But I wasn't really planning on bombing Baxter, you know. I remember we were just looking at it and I didn't really want it to go for it at that second because I don't know, I wasn't thinking about doing that. But after being there a couple of minutes, I probably got it back and I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do it.
10 minutes later, he gets out. He's got shoes and socks on and he's getting his board out of the back of the van. He asked Lefty, how bad are the cracks? And Lefty said, you should probably walk down the hill and take a look at it if you're thinking about bombing it. That way you can kind of find your route. And then he just went.
I think I just went for it. Like, it was like, I guess I'm just gonna see the line while I'm going down. But from the top, you can see this whole patch in the middle on a straight line. That is pretty much, it goes from like halfway from the hill all the way to the bottom, I think. So I can see from the top that this patch is gonna take me almost half of the hill all the way down with like not much big cracks or like potholes. So that was the line that I saw and it worked out.
They went back up and did it again.
I think I did it twice, I don't know, I don't remember. I think so. I love bombing hills, you know, that's something that I really like doing. I enjoy the adrenaline. Shout out to fucking Nuge for doing it first, you know. Doing something that never tried before. It's obviously super scary and you don't know if you're gonna do it or die, pretty much. So yeah, respect to Nuge for opening the way of Baxter.
Looking at some iPhone clips and some of the footage and photos is kind of cool because Henry Gartland was with us and he passed away very soon after that. You know, it's just cool to have him on the session. He definitely always brought like good energy to a session and everything.
Henry was there that day and that was the last time that I shared a session with Henry. And rest in peace, man. You know, it's fucking, shit can get hard. Life gets hard sometimes. So if you're feeling down or having any problems, always like reach out to your friends, to your family and communicate, you know. Like, I think always helps talking, and skateboarding is a big community, so sometimes people is there more than we think they are. So just reach out.
Everybody wanted to get out of San Diego and go up there and try to get some up in LA. Milton sparked it off and like the rest of the day went rad.
Yeah, it was a cool day. It was a cool day besides getting stuck on the fence. If that didn't happen, it would have been just a little bit better.
It was a sick day and everyone was ripping, and I think that's the best part about championing the band. You know, you get in a band with a bunch of fucking gnarly skaters and you don't know what's gonna happen that day, and people ended up doing gnarly shit and everyone fucking push each other, you know, to skate. You just get motivated watching your homies skating. So I think that's what skateboarding is about, and it's not all about like, yeah, we're just gonna go one spot and I'm gonna get my trick and we're going home. Sometimes it goes like that, but usually it's way better when we all just go skate and shit goes with the flow and everyone gets trick. You know, that's a really sick day.